Hey, Jerry DeCamp here with another Flat Earth alert, truth alert, subphotonic. Okay, spherical geometry proves the following elevation loss in all directions from a fixed point observer on Earth with a 25,000-mile circumference. There's an 8-inch drop per distance square. So in 1 mile, 1 times 1 is an 8-inch drop. Okay, and so forth. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 8 inches is 6 feet. You break it down and divide it by 12. So here you go. And wait a second. Whoa, wait a second. 10 miles is 66.6 feet. Yeah, hocus pocus, honky shonky. Freemason nonsense fingerprint here. Anyway, that's the curvature. Go outside and apply these curves that don't exist, and then maybe you can join me here. Okay, Google satellites, and all you get is CGI cartoon images. Why is there not a single real picture of a satellite? Satellites don't exist. We've been duped. Duped. Look at this fake shit, you guys. I mean, this is what they're going to... I just can't take it. Okay, first rule of Globe Club is you do not talk about Globe Club. You do not talk about curvature. Second rule of Globe Club is you do not talk about curvature. Hotspot proves the sun is close. Again, you're looking right at the sun. It's smacking you right in the face. That's not 93 million miles away. And you can't have a hotspot like that if it's 93 million miles away, because if it was that far away, all the sun rays would affect the entire side evenly, not focus in on one laser beam of light. Take a flashlight, hold it down at the floor. Bring the light closer to the floor. If you bring the light closer to the floor, the more local it gets to the floor and the more of a hotspot you get. Case fucking close. Satellites are made of gold, aluminum, titanium, carbon fibers. The area in which satellites are located are typically said to be in the thermosphere range. Temperatures in the thermosphere can range from about 500 degrees. Let's go with the Fahrenheit. 932 degrees Fahrenheit to 3,632 degrees Fahrenheit, or even higher. The melting temperatures for these elements and satellites are, for gold, 1,064 degrees, titanium, 1,668 degrees, these are Celsius, again, aluminum, 660 degrees Celsius. Heat travels through a vacuum by infrared radiation. Heat does occur in the vacuum of space and should affect the satellites. Well, if space doesn't exist, you don't know if it's a vacuum, and if it doesn't exist, you don't know if heat can travel through it and all this honky shit. Either way, they say it is. This is what they say is going on, and if that's what they say is going on, then you got to call them out on their nonsense. These are all never would make it through these temperatures without melting, without reaching their melting points. That's the point. Okay, you can claim that the Earth is a spinning ball. You claim the Earth is a spin. Common sense perspective determined that was a fraud, lie, nonsense. Okay. All right. Globetard pie. Fuck off, globetard pie. 1 cup of vanishing point, another cup of no curvature, 1 cup of density and buoyancy, and a cup of perspective. Sit for 5 minutes, stir, and shove it up your ass. Yeah, we're just kidding. We're just messing around here. Satellites are a myth. 99% international data are transmitted through submarine cables. For other means, we use high-altitude balloons, planes, and drones, towers, antennas, and parabolic reflectors. The world's waking up. Knowing the Earth is flat and stationary is the greatest consciousness shift in the history of humanity. So, this is the North Pole, and this is the path of the sun in summer. This is the path of the sun in winter. Okay, it navigates, traverses back and forth, and that's why this is called the equator, because it's right in between them, and it's going to maintain the most amount of retain the most amount of heat. And that's why it's called an equator. It's not, a northern hemisphere and a southern hemisphere. This is just inside the sun of the loop, or you're outside of the sun of the loop of the sun. Outside, inside, outside, in. Are you in the loop? We're in the loop. We're in the loop here. People laugh, but the flat earthers know something. Okay, here we go. There are 67 Bible verses about the movement of the sun. Interestingly enough, there's 0 in the movement of the earth. This is, this is absolutely corresponding to with what we see here. We see the sun moving and not the earth. And then all the ancients verify and confirm that that's what they see as well. They see exactly the same way my eyes see. Okay, so who else wants their money back from these tweaker shelters? This is tinfoil. This is cardboard. I mean, none of this shit. You got duct tape. I mean, this is comical. Okay, so who took the picture of this satellite? Where are the stars and the other thousands of satellites? I see one satellite here. Where are the thousands of other ones that don't exist? And again, all this tweaker shelter tinfoil shit would look like this, being fried. It would be fried in these temperatures. Okay, this cannot exist. None of this physics. They all violate. NASA blunders and constantly violates its own rules of physics. See, bullshit. You can look up in the sky and see the moon fully illuminated, but it's all dark here on the bright side of the moon, where they landed, supposedly, but they can't land on a light. Okay, the people who are mad at you for speaking the truth are those who are living a lie. Your world is photoshopped. And it's photoshopped, but it has to be, okay? Okay, it has to be. Now, I'm not saying this. I'm quoting data visualizer and designer Robert Simon. Mr. Blue Marble is what they call him. So, astronauts aboard the IS space station see 15 sunrises and 15 sunsets a day, averaging 1 every 45 minutes. This is utter nonsense. Use your critical thinking skills, for Christ's sake, people. Okay, the seals would crack, the solar panels would shatter from the constant rapid temperature changes without an atmosphere around it. The ISS would go from 240 degrees to negative 338 degrees every 45 minutes. Down with scientism. Start thinking for yourself, people. Okay, says that the globe is real science, only repeats indoctrinated theories spoon-fed from birth as proofs of the globe. Okay, every single person who has cancer has a I don't know how this got in here. It's supposed to be flat earth topic, but it's true. Nobody should have cancer. Okay, so here we go. Modern education, creating people smart enough to repeat what was said accurately and obey orders, and ignorant enough to think that makes them more educated than the rest. Globe tards. Density, not gravity. We did go over this. Okay. So, we got NASA here. Don't be silly. You can trust us. Paperclip program. These are all Nazis from Germany. Look at them. Every fucking one of them. These are all goddamn Nazis. And everyone who's anybody in NASA is a Freemason. Grand Lodge of Ohio. NASA. Again, asking globetards for a real pick of the ball and listening to their excuse for not posting one. So damn hot right now.